Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel and welcome to the stream. My name is Cat Monarch, and as you could probably expect, we're back on Master Duel, trying our best, possibly succeeding. But you know where we are succeeding? In our little goal of keeping above this magical, 33%. We're doing pretty decent. We've got a nice insulation of that, and we're only 50 spells, guys. Only 50 spells from 5 extra legacy set. Oh yeah, that was one thing I was going to do last time, which is we can change our icon. The last one we just got was this guy, I believe. Yeah. I don't think there's anything else we can do better on the frame. We don't really need titles. I guess we'll put the grade 10 there. I don't know. True Duelist. Sure. Doesn't matter. Mate, I think we're still sticking with Rescue Rabbit, and of course we're not. Yeah. Okay, that's fine. All the updates we need for that. As for all the updates we need to our deck, we finished our stream with Ghost second. It was doing okay. I don't think we really want to be playing any more of it just now. I do think we want to go first, and why not go first with Cosmo? I have just realised that these guys do hard lose to Lancia, but Malice is already maining Lancia anyway, so we're going to see how well this goes. It is still, you know, synchros with mainly Lynx, but we've thrown in a Rise Heart because we could theoretically make him. We've got a couple extra 7s here. And, yeah, hopefully this plays into the nice synergy between the fact that, you know, the Cosmos pay life, we can start drawing more cards and using more cards. Hopefully that synergy really works. If it doesn't, we might have to change off the deck early, but I think it should probably work well enough. Should probably change the 3 main cards as well, but doesn't matter that much. It is just accessories. Anyway, hope you've all been well. Hope you're all having a good time. We gotta go first. Exactly what we want. And hope you've all had an interesting time. You know, that's pretty damn good as a start. Special Fenrir and Defense. Search. Get Ogre. Activate Birth. Normal Ogre. They aren't surrendering. Right, we get to rip apart a little bit of the top of their deck. We get a banish card from field. If they activate a spell while they have 3 cards in grave, we can do that. And we have Crackdown. I like how it looks. Maybe they don't, but I do. King's Sarcophagus. Spell card or effect. I have to target 3. But it will be on Resolution of the Chain. I think they've just been reading this. In theory. There's Imseti. That's fine. Sends for cost. So yeah. This can resolve on a new chain now, and we get to banish those. Right? Yeah, there we go. We'll banish 1, 2, 3. They can still use this effect a couple more times, but it basically just, you know, increased cost. They haven't summoned Imseti, but they don't know we have Crackdown. Okay, that's the 4 times they can use it. And all we need to do is steal one of these. Not that one. That one. Right. Now, it is a spell effect. They are going to be able to clear Fenrir or Ogre, but Birth is able to bring them back next turn. And yeah. We just had it. We just had the counter. Although it looks like they didn't Ash the Fenrir, which was a weird decision. It looks like they had that in hand. I mean, yeah, it seems like they actually want to go second anyway, unless I'm misunderstanding. Maybe I am misunderstanding, but don't you want to kind of like OTK with this? Anyway, first stall of the stream, first win of the stream. That is a lucky start, but a very good start. Alright, let's see just what good stuff we can pull to add to the collection. Evolution Burst, that's Sidra support, but what for? Oh, it's just a target destroy if you control Sidra. That's not the worst. That's another Harpy Lady card. Mathemech Equation, which is new and a decent card. That's a decent Time Lord to get another copy of. We already have that one. So, yeah, Reborn for a Mathemech. Gives it an extra 1,000. That's a good card. We don't have that many Mathemechs, but it's still realistically just a 2,000 guy if you use it. The only problem is it is specific to, you know, the archetype. And because we don't quite have, like, the critical number of everything. Mask Charge. For a second I was very confused about this R, and I was like, that's not Mask Change. No, there's a reason for that. It relates to Mask Change. Ojama Pink. It seems really bad. Definitely really bad for us, and yeah, we're not using the rest of these. Okay. Nothing particularly impactful. But all that means is that we get to go into the next duel all the sooner. I can't say much great has happened. Well, much particularly interesting has happened since last stream. First again, nice. Excuse me. Played a little bit more Elden Ring with some friends, so, you know, that's cool. And what else we do? Played a little bit more Elden Ring, and I've been, oh yeah, this tournament's been going on, right? We did like a whole watch party yesterday on the Discord server, and just everyone looking at the replays that were there. That's cool and all, but I wasn't going to use it anyway, and I can chain to it. You haven't stopped the turn. Besides, these only summon from deck. Battle Wasp. Okay, so I'm gonna chain this now to not be destroyed by battle card effects, and we'll see how this goes. I don't need to tag out. I can crack down, I can torrential. Insects have some pretty crazy extension. And then you can search for pin, right? Yeah. I forget what level pin is, but if it's not an immediate synchro summon, then you basically just get a link to on field from doing this. Level 1. Okay, they don't have a synchro 3, but you can... Ah, you can special summon this one. Okay. With less attack. Yeah, exactly less. So you now get another 2 searches. That's summoned from hand. You didn't use the pin effect, so you can get pin again if you want. That's a level 7, I believe. Yeah. Now, do I want them to go into a synchro at all? Or do I want them to... I think I want them to commit to another monster. They're grabbing more monsters. Surely we see if they commit. I don't see how you get this on the field, but you can get this on the field. They might have another pin already. Special summon this. So, yeah, I think we just torrential here, right? Like, that feels pretty good. Okay, so they're going to try and negate my effects. But what if I use the other effect then? Yeah, what if I tagged out? Then this resolves. Then the last thing to happen is to rank... Well, these are all ifs, they're not when. Ash Blossom. That is a little rough. Guess that's why they did it. End phase. Right. Oh, that's so annoying. Right, okay, for sure we summon this. And we just hit them for 7. If this dies, we get the Desperado on the field, so I think that's a win. Normal or special summon, so yeah. This is going to happen. We probably just have to try and get whatever the payoff is. Because they get 2 searches. I'm going to really turbo through their deck. Than that monster, yeah, because this is still the monster that was normal summoned. Like, it doesn't make a difference that I control it, so Crackdown is not optimal. This isn't a tuner, this isn't a tuner. Take 200, gotta remember it. Treat it as a tuner. But yeah, you gotta target it. That was the normal summon. What did you add? You added... Sting? And Arbalest. No, you just added Sting. There's Armor Horn. They've used their first normal summon. So I think we do just take this. If they can continue extending, they just have to do it without Armor Horn. Okay. Magma. They don't have Darks Engraved, do they? They have a light. But I can't special summon insects? No problem. We'll tribute summon. What could I do here? Thought Ruler, Barrel Load. I don't think I really need either. This is minorly more damage, so we'll attack him with this. And keep it going. Now they can summon this back. You can banish 3 other insects to special summon this, but banish it when it leaves the field. But as it is, we've got Desperado in hand. This is probably going to get destroyed, realistically. Yeah, there's the banish. And we don't have a Link Engrave, so... special summon... Then, yeah, if it's an opponent's effect, you can negate the effect. As it is, they can fusion. So, they probably fusion... I think the fusion banishes. They banish the Magma. Okay. These are both tuners. Okay. So you can go 7-9 if you want. Or you can just use them as link material. Mantis Monk. gets... They have two... I think they have two trap cards that they can get. One of them's a trap monster, the other one's actual removal. Yeah, that's the actual removal option. Destroy face-up monsters on the field up to the number of heads. Yeah. Oh, okay. You're playing crawlers as well in this? That's not something I was expecting. And then you add you're special summoning more crawlers. Okay, this really is just everything, isn't it? Doesn't lock you, I guess. Oh, is this the... No, that's just the Bee Trooper, right? Oh no, it is this guy. Okay. Quick effect, target 2, including banish. So, did they bother... They probably banished the Magnemite, right? Because it is a permanent banish. Cannot be destroyed by your opponent's card effects. Damn, that sucks. That's really what I was going for. Could you be destroyed? 3,000 or less. Yep. That one's not going to be able to be destroyed either. This really isn't going to do that much work, is it? Like, it's going to save me from death, because there's no way to banish the Assault Synchron. But apparently at this point they're not going to banish Magnemite either. Stag Sovereign. Okay. So there goes Magnemite. And there goes Little Boy. And here comes Desperado. Now, it is a quick effect, so I get to do it as well. Two heads. That's about as good as it can go, right? Yeah, because this can't be destroyed anyway. And yeah, that's the end of their board. Granted, they're in a much better position than I am. They can just get this back if they get a monster. I know what card they added. Can I banish anything from their grave? I don't think I can. But it's always worth just double checking. No, I could get rid of Lancia, but I don't really care about the Lancia. So we'll get rid of our own Assault Synchron. On the off chance we get Mirage Dragon. And we just, if they don't draw a monster, or they don't have, yeah, if they don't draw a monster, they lose. I imagine they're pretty heavy on monsters, but they've also deck thinned a pretty drastic degree for, like, all the Battle Wasp cards. I think we win. That's the game, right? Triple Tack is not the draw that, you know, solidifies it or anything, but unless that's the trap monster... Success! We beat Battle Wasps. Which, you know, earlier, like, a couple of years ago, that sounds fine. Like, sure, you beat a deck, but it's, like, you know, it's not particularly playable. This, Battle Wasp is very, like, a decent deck. It's not the strongest thing, but, like, you end on... I mean, you saw them end on Stag Sovereign, and this guy. But they can also get to, like, this one. I don't know what else, like... Some play the Bee Trooper Fusion, not this one, but the other one that they tag into. Some end on SP. The end board felt a little weird, but nonetheless, that is a win against a half-decent deck, and we'll, you know, we take those. All day, every day. Means 2 extra packs. This really is a good start to the stream, but, you know, face value. Labyrinth Archfiend. This is one of the best labyrinths you can pick up in Sealed. Outside of exactly the, what is it? Lovely Lady, I think? The one that's a hand trap. Angel 01, which is Tribute Summon Support? Yeah, but it still requires us to get to the extra body. Actually, no, we get a normal summon, right? That's the third Narcissus. Zombowwow, Materialization, another Unchained support. Which, that's a decent one to get. But I don't think it makes the deck, like, just more playable. This is, like, really good. I don't know if we... Is the burn deck mostly normal traps? I imagine it is, right? If the burn deck is mostly normal traps, you probably just stick it in there as a big beat stick. Moon, okay. Another Despot. Another Fire Fist. Entity support. Rika. Assault Mode. Activate. I don't think we have Psy Reflector, but it's worth looking at. Always worth looking at, and that's, yeah, rank extension. So yeah, Assault Mode Activate from that pull. But the Labyrinth Archfiend from the other one is also really solid. So let's have a quick check of the collection just before we go into the next one. Assault Mode Activate, what do we have? Yeah, okay, we're missing Psy Reflector. We can get the Assault Mode Activate, but there's nothing... you aren't a valid target, are you? No. You are a valid target. Tuner plus 1 or more non-tuner psychics. Which isn't happening, I don't think. You're psychic? It would require exactly Mirage Dark Lady in this deck. And then that gets you into this guy. Which is not a massive upgrade. It still floats, but it's not like a huge upgrade, you know. It's got more stats. It deals damage to your opponent. This one inflicts piercing. And you gain. But it's a little bit overly specific. And I don't think any of the support is brilliant. Yeah, do we have any of the other Assault Mode cards? No, it's literally, that's the only one as well. Looks like the only other one we might be likely to get is the Doom Kaiser, but I don't think that Doom Kaiser we have is even remotely summonable, and if we do, it might have been a gift card, basically. Oh, that's unfortunate. Like, the Assault Mode package is really good for just, like, level 8 synchros. Or, like, level 5 to 9 synchros, I should say. That's what it's good for. Well, one more win. But can we get it here? That is the question. Dino Field. Okay. I'm not so certain we can, but we can set one, hold the Lancia, and pray. Let's see what they have. Special Summon a Glad Beast. I mean, either you do banish or you don't banish. I don't think you do, but we're just going to fire it now. Now you see, that special one from Handle Grave. Okay. Now they get a normal summon, right? Just wait for that search to go through. What's that guy? Special summon both. That's a problem. I really don't like that. But I don't know what I need to stop. I don't know if I need to take this out or if I need to kind of like wait for the fusion. The thing is, they contact fuse. Swords of Concealing Light is good here, but I also need to prevent my own death. Except during the battle phase. Yep, I probably should have done it just there, but that's okay. They're probably just confident they're going to kill me. Do you reckon they make the spell trap negate? I don't see any reason they wouldn't. That's a link to. That one is a gladiator beast. Yep. It's only from Hand or Grave because I don't control a monster at the moment, so I guess that's to my benefit. What do? We wait for the battle phase. If this card battled, that means it needs to get through to damage calc. It does mean, like, something could attack it, but if I steal it, it won't be able to use its effects. Test Bear. Tribute this, shuffle one from your hand, special summon from deck. Jeez. Like, this is another deck that, yeah, give it like a year ago and it probably didn't do anything. At least not enough for the current game, you know? Now here, I'm not saying it does enough for the current game, but it does a damn sight better. And there's the target spell trap. You know, that'll do it. The thing is, I don't think taking anything from them earlier would have stopped that. I think they still do pretty much all the plays they just did. So, I don't know, was I right to hold it? Probably not. The thing is, you can't stop the search effects that they did on Summon, because it's the crackdown is your opponent cannot, or you cannot activate. But you could resolve. Like, your opponent can still resolve the effects. This is much more a go first hand, but it's okay. It's okay. 41. Albaz. Send. Oh, wait, no. Dogmatica. They're playing Dogmatica. Which means it could be stun or it could be rituals. I guess we find out. This makes me lean on rituals. Here's the double Arclight. Waiting for it. Singular Arclight. What's not effective here? You and probably Thought Ruler. Thought Ruler. If we put a link in the grave, we can actually get Borrel to, like, nab it. And then once Borrel nabs it, it gets 3 negates and a 500 extra attack. But yeah, this guy's just unaffected by links, fusions, synchros, Xyz. I don't know how we're outing him. Completely seriously, like, I can use Cauldron of the Old Man a little bit, but I think they probably just put Entus in the grave, right? Like, that's gonna add punishment, probably? No, it adds Matrix. This can only give me so much life. I can get rid of Ecclesia, but I don't, like, what do I need to get rid of? What do you do? Activates a card or effect, send one monster, look at your opponent's send. Okay. So yeah, I don't get an extra for the rest of the duel, really. And even if I do, what does it do against this guy? Yeah. So, given that, we're not summoning him. We're probably not summoning Haggard. Yeah. The links don't need to exist. The synchros... this and... I think this one. I think that's correct. Now, Jesus Christ, could you like send from your own extra deck for a minute? I need some of this left. Fuck you. I'm gonna send, like, the Rise Heart, right? Please. It's a Rise Heart or it's Borrel? It's Borrel, okay. That's unfortunate. What can I do here? Like, I can negate this guy's effects. But I can just, like, tribute that off, right? What if I special summon it from the field? Just saying. You get to send for an extra. Yeah? We'll do that. I don't think this really does anything, so it genuinely might just be this. We can either negate Maximus, or we can negate Albazoar. We can't negate both. I might just start trying to gain. Sure. There's Untus. So I got that kind of right. And in that case... yeah, you're unaffected by, like, all the big things. But what about all the small things, you know? It's expensive. Max C, for fuck's sake. Honestly. You have all of that, and you have Max C. Just cause. My one special summon. Yeah, so they probably just sent another copy of Untus. I don't see why you wouldn't be playing more than... yeah. Like, they're just gonna Skull Warrior, right? Surely. Fun times. Get rid of the whole extra deck. It's not even like I'm probably using that much of it. Like, I'm using, in that case, Anima. Curse you, Christians! If you kind of squint, it's just Catholicism. No, not quite. But, definitely not how we wanted that to go. Could have been played out a little different. I'm not going to say we could have done better, but different. And so, I deserve a refreshing drink. They are not banishing cards. I don't think so, anyway. So yeah, they shouldn't be banishing anything. Not yet. Can't really stop this. I mean, I can, kind of. Okay, they're grabbing that one. It's a weird level. Weird choice. Okay, they're pitching it to banish it in end phase, right? No. It banishes for cost. I hate this. What are you sending? Are you sending this? No, you're sending that. And then this is going to banish in the end phase. The one thing I can do is I can prevent this from banishing for them to get an Elixir. The thing is, it's during the end phase, so I've got to... And it banishes for cost. Yeah, like... I've got to do it sooner rather than later, so... Sooner it is. We wait for that to resolve, let them do that, then Lancia. It would have been so much better if they didn't get Baladrock into rotation, but you take what you can get. Okay. Use this. Send to add a punk. Add this. I can special Fenrir. Yeah. I'm gonna have to use Fenrir as synchro material. But I think it's worth it. And we want to use this. Yeah. The thing is, this just keeps coming back. So, I mean, we just have to attack the Baladrock. I forgot about that card entirely. Main 2. Alright, the obvious issue is we'd actually really like to do something like Ready Rose. We'd really like to like Chimera. I can banish, like, Baladrock. No, this is an activated effect. But it's not a zombie effect. So what can do, I can banish everything. Then you can negate, but you can negate or you can banish that. Might just dead either way. But it might just be dead. They now get that. Yeah, they get their end phase triggers. We're just done. I really couldn't let them get Baladrock into rotation, but then they just don't go for all the plays that they did that set them up with nothing. No, Baladrock was like the thing that stopped it. I can deal with Eldritch. Can't deal with Baladrock. I can deal with Zombie World. I can't deal with Baladrock. Rank 6s. No, rank 5s, huh? Anyway, 50 cards, 15 extra. Could be anything. Excuse me. Right, we have a cutscene to play out. I'm going to use this time. I'm going to nip to the loo. And we are right back. Against the guy still comboing off. I don't know what they're doing, but they're running on dragons. Like, this isn't going to be used offensively. It's going to be used, like... But I don't have a rank 5. I have a rank 7. That's literally its entire purpose. Do we have a machine 7? This guy. You level match, don't you? Yeah. It is just the one. But it's also a beat stick, I guess. Tachyon Transmigration, which means they just have an in-hand counter trap, because they're going to end on Tachyon. You can bet on that. Bet on that, even. Yeah, there's your Tachyon. So they just have a counter trap. Which... Chain link 2 or higher. Negate the activations of your opponent's spell trap cards and monster effects activated before this in the chain. Yeah. At the start of your battle phase. But I don't think that matters. I think it just being a counter trap shuts down V-Jam. Like, we've got Torrential Tribute. But I don't think that's doing anything either. Now, this is at the start of the damage step, but I believe counter traps can still be negated or activated then, and they're doing no. Okay, we're just not doing it. Not against Horus as well. There are some hands which just win your games. You know, you got to take the wins with the losses. We got a couple of those winning hands. We'll get a couple of those losing hands. So now, it's time to balance out. We're going to get those winning hands again. Surely. One can only imagine. I mean, look at that, we get to go first. And that equals winning hands, right? We know this. Right. I was about to say, yeah, look at this, winning hand, and I'm just like, maybe. 3 extra, by the way. I've got no idea what it's going to be. So we'll just summon. Go ahead. 1900 towers. That's my game plan. Set 1. Set 2. End phase. Yeah, we tag out, right? Because that's not live yet. And then during the standby phase, I think, yeah, we gain 1,000. So let's gain that 1,000. If it's a negate destroy, we gotta do something. So, it's worth it. But it's not negate destroy. There's no main phase effect. Hit the face now. Could be anything. Like, just actually anything. Mimicking Man-Eater Bug. Okay, so you can make it machine. Wow, that was the wrong choice. That was by far the wrong choice. Like, granted, they do just, like, you know... I do just hit them with this, negate its effects, and then just hit them with the Forerunner, but, like... There's other things you can do. I'm not sure they're going to link summon, by the way. Dogfighter, that's a good one. We'll take the 1,000 again. They're thinking about things. Yeah, what if we just normal summoned a second one? Battle phase. attack this one. We do the thing. We don't destroy it by battle. We attack this one. What are they thinking? What is so dire for them? I've got 2,800 and I'm gaining life every turn. Okay, you get Fraulein. So it's a Masochist deck, probably. I'm still gonna just attack the face down. Yeah. I'm gonna hit the face down. $1,500 Vampire Sorcerer. Can you do that now? Once per battle. Quick effect. No, you cannot do that now. Main 2. Yeah, I think we just put this back on the field, right? So, it could just be a vampire deck. We're familiar enough with that. Call it a turn. We've got this waiting in hand to be summoned. If they do link summon, we've got the hand trap for it. And if they end on any monster interaction during our main phase, we get triple attack. I like our position. I don't really know what they're doing. Stopping us from attacking. Oh no. The horror. To be fair, we'll actually let them build up resources. But we could also just build up our own. Force them to deal with us. Okay. Yeah, battle phase, go for it. When are you attacking? Okay, you still have to pay 23. And you're not gaining that back. I can just summon out Dogfighter to get started immediately. Going full bore 3,000. Yeah. Now, what can we do? Strawman gets it, but its effects are negated, right? Effects are negated, also destroy it during the end phase. So, I think we just get this. That gets us a token, which means we've then got 3 bodies. We can destroy this. Nah, that's unfortunate. We would have been rewarded for getting the other one. Right, token, defense position. Although, yeah, I can't special summon from the rest extra deck for the rest of this turn, but that doesn't matter. Change that to defense. And I mean, I can just tribute summon over this Dogfighter token. And because it's a soft once, I'm okay with that. Like, yeah, what are you going to do? I'm going to get 2 tokens. You can only beat 1 monster. Whichever one you do kill floats. I can make Zerboros. Bada bing. Bada boom. Can't attack, yeah. That's what that symbol is. It's not negated, it's just can't attack. Token. They really think... I don't know what it is that this... It's gotta be this card, but it's just not doing anything. Now, you can kill the tokens, but, like... Oh, okay, it's just desserts. That makes sense. Damn, my life points. They've taken away that boost that I got from Forerunner, finally. Now what? Again, you can deal me damage, but you're going to deal yourself more. You've got to pay 14 to get over this, and you can pay 3k. Yeah, there we go. Right, so these two turn into... No, it's not quite that. It's 3... Yeah, okay. Oh, that's really funny. Right, so... We do... 1, 2, 3 for this. Really just clear field. Pop this. Just to get rid of it. They might negate it, they might not. I've got no idea what kind of cards they have access to in general. And then we can just Zeraboros. And then we can do this. And this guy just comes back every time. Gravity Bind. Interesting. Now, it might be that Zeraboros is not much of a problem for them. But I don't know. I have no idea. They probably just set another monster, in all honesty. Yeah. That could be another Mimicking Vanity Bug. I would be none the wiser. I feel like they definitely have their own baskets thing going on. So yeah, we main phase 2 for the Torrential. Just in case. Yeah, no field spell up, sorry. I don't think they're making an extra deck play. But if they don't get monsters they can set for 2 turns, they lose. I was genuinely in a better position just keeping everything on field in the first place. Like, oh dear, Gravity Bind. Woo. So scary. Once Fenrir. Can't summon the Fenrir. This hand is a little bit bricky. But we have big 44 Chungus. And they are setting everything. That's an Ash Blossom. Oh, they're on 8, 12, 44 card deck? 44 card deck, 3 card extra. They could be the kind to play Magic Cylinder, Mirror Force and all that. I could just get domed really hard right here. I think we just set Lancer in the Spell Trap zone. That way, at the very minimum, if they destroy the back row, we get this online. Yeah, there's Cylinder. But what are the odds that Cylinder is a one-of in their deck? And we got to attack them sometime. It's not like we can just, you know... We don't have the luxury of being able to just clear back row. But they really are top decking, like there's nothing they have. Because you'd use that time to set a monster so you could do something. Oh dear. They can attack with that this turn. I think that's all they're going to do. Yeah, fair enough. Fair play to them. We lost to a fucking awful deck. And it's our fault because we went into Zeraboros. That is, that's a mark of shame. I just wanted to do the big Link summon. Our deck was better, we just, yeah, user incompetence. They've got some staples, but the rest of this is just a pile of cards. I'm so confused. I don't understand. They don't know how to deck build. And I don't know how to play the game. That's apparently the trade-off. You receive a free win. It is up to you to make sure you don't turn it into a free loss. Oh, that's a rough one. This, a little bit less so. If the sleeves are accurate, Inspector Border is a hell of a top deck. And then we've got, you know, it's just it at the start of the damage step if it battles. So we have turn-on-turn monster removal. Nice. Now what? Solid. You love to see it. That's pretty good as well. So we definitely activate this. Just in case, you know. Normal summon this. Go to battle phase. We just attack in. Sure. I'll drop the 400 in exchange for, like, not being... I guess I can't even be hit by, like, Dark Honest or anything like that. It's a fire. Yeah, how many Darks do they play? Some of the Resonators are. Okay, there goes the Inspector Border. So it's RDA Centurion. At a level 3 or lower, also you cannot special. Okay. So I get Boldrake, but it needs to tribute a Dark is the issue, and they're going to go off like full combo. I don't think we bother. We want to banish this from grave more. Okay, so there's the Bone Archfiend. Means they can make the Red Rising Dragon. Okay, now we wait. Let's see. So yeah, they make... You're going to lower it, right? You're going to go into Red Rising. Surely. Yeah. Then Red Rising probably to special summon back Crimson, I'd assume. I can't remember if Red Rising targets, but that's not important right now. It does target. And that's where we do it. Put that over there. And now we get to do punk plays as well. I'm sure they... Yeah, there's some extension. Just draw the good card. I don't think they even searched that. I think they did just have that. Looks it, yeah. So there's Scarred. Okay, so they're going to be able to get rid of this, which is really unfortunate. They're also going to just completely demolish us. I don't know why you need Uva or Loop in hand, but maybe I'm not big brain enough. Excuse me. So yeah, I mean, the obvious issue is that, like, Inspector Border shuts us down from doing, like, the plays we want to do on turn 1. it gets us a free turn, and then most opponents apparently just imperm or remove it via some shenanigans. They really ain't stopping, are they? Can I hope that they run out the time, I think? Not sure. On the one hand, you only have 5 minutes to do things. On the other hand, you get, like, a second or two back when you do an action. To prevent you from just running out of time, because otherwise, like, everyone would run out of time. Animations take so long in this. Okay. Now what? Oh, right, yeah. So just game. Because it doesn't care how it was sent, because it's a balanced card. Am I out here actually moaning about Red Dragon Archfiend? Yes, yes I am. You know, it'd be nice for Inspector Border to just, like, not get negated or banished or just, like, outed on the first turn. Either one of. Can I rely on my opponents to, like, not draw their, like, few outs to him? Come on. It's only fair. I don't see him all the time. I'm not even playing him half the time now, because other plays that I have are better. In this case, I think he is better. Because the thing is, you like, unless the other play in your hand is insane, you do have to try it, right? And it's not like I can do anything with this. This is a Synchro 5, which I'm not playing, and it adds a Punk Trap. But that's kind of it. And it's an attack halve. They reading. This seems good for me. I like these dramatic pauses when Inspector Border is on field. But you know what I dislike? Basically the same opponent 2 games in a row. Like, on the plus side, they get no effects. On the downside, I think RDA can just, like, out this relatively easily. Like, the last player did it with Centurion Phalanx, which is not an RDA card. But Red Dragon Centurion is common enough. And depending on the player, Red Dragon can also just, like, search out, what is it? Fiendish Chain. Right, that's an effect to special summon from hand, isn't it? Yes. So, I think in that case, we're just going to summon as a body. We just battle. We hit. It dies. We hit. And we go end phase. We now have something that we can use as tribute material. And then we can get more bodies. RDA could probably also just get around playing Lava Golem in the main. Like, I don't think the normal summon is that essential. But if you're being locked from your normal summon and you're out as Golem, what exactly are you facing? I feel like that's a fair question. Ooh. That's neat. Summon that instead. It's basically extra damage because it doesn't require the sacrifice of a body. And since Inspector Border is their top priority, we can actually use this to tag out into a Cosmo. Yeah, nah, if they don't block, they dead. And probably if they do block, they dead. Inspector Border giveth, Inspector Border taketh. That's fine. So, yeah, definitely Tribute Summon. Just to make sure we get over it and deal lethal. Yep, Ash Blossom. Required. See, we would have been 300 off if we didn't do that. And that is another win, which means, guess what time it is? More packs. I do overall kind of like how this deck is doing. We could have won one more game than we have been, but that's because, you know, user error. I'll fully admit to that. I'm not a perfect duelist. Shocker. Generic Psychics, but that seems really bad. Nope. No. Horn Imp, Crawling Dragon 2, Lineage of Destruction. No. Them's all cards. Not cards we're going to play, but cards. But these might be different. We might use these. These could be anything. This could be Butterfly Oak. Yeah, it's not a bad, like, battle trap, so, like, that's fine. Okay, for a second I thought I just skipped over, like, the royal animation. That's neat. It's anti-branded, you know. It is a bestial. It gives us an actual bestial. Still a dragon. Dark dragon, so it's searchable by Magnet. Gets into level 10 synchros. It's worth considering. I don't think it's, like, immediately playable, but it's worth considering. Another Crimson's pretty cool. What are you? Sure. Candle. That is one of the better incantations. We did just see it in the Dogmatica one, but yeah, that's fine. That's neat. That's an okay super heavy. And that is a goblin. Sure. I've seen that mainly being played by bots lately. I think it did get played in the Under 5 festival, but I wasn't really paying attention to what Goblin did in that. Because it was cool and all, but like I just like playing Goblin Biker normally. Another super heavy, so that's pretty cool. Karakori Field Spell? Yeah. That's kind of neat. I don't know why we'd, like, we probably want to be able to change our own battle position more than the opponent's. Special one from Grave. And it's draw 2, then discard 1 if it's used material for a hero fusion. So it's a decent card for hero, but we're just, like, we're not quite there for that. Materiactor. We are not doing anything with that, right? Like, I'm not sure we even have Materiactor cards. Yeah, it's completely centered around them. So I don't think we can even begin to hope to play that. Right. Next game, but let's have a quick look. I want to double check something. So yeah, it's a bestial, which means it gets a few things. It's related to Fall of Albaz. We have Branded Beast. Tribute a dragon, type 1 card, destroy it. During the end phase, target branded. Hello, Gaming Nation, welcome. How do? Branded spell traps. Branded Beast, it is a branded spell trap. It is a continuous trap, though. Those are neat tokens to summon. But yeah, we don't really have the... Yeah, we don't have a single fusion in here. Spring is cold, automatic current counter, like the branded. Branded in red, which you're not a Despia, you are just Bestial and Aluba. Speaking of branded, guess what I pulled? Is it the card you were after for so long? Like, I don't know, Royal Ecclesia? Alt art? I think that's the one you were after. If it's not that, it might have been one of the others, but you know. Royal Albaz alt art, even. It could be one of those. You pulled a branded fusion. Royal branded fusion? Or just branded fusion? I think it was you who was hunting for like all the branded royals, not a royal. Branded fusion is still really good. Best we've got is branded in white. That ain't doing it. Yeah, I don't know, it's weird. It's an 1800 beat and it's a dragon, like, tuna monster, which means it's searchable via Magnamut. Guess what, I pulled 2 packs later. Now you got me thinking. What could it have been? Do tell, for I probably will never guess. Yeah, we just don't have anything. A branded fusion monster, that's pretty cool. Shame that half of them require Fallen of Albaz. Right, we're just going to go into the next duel. Nothing to really change. I should probably work out how I can get chat on stream one of these days. Like, I know it's just a small thing of, like, looking at part of the tab. Yeah, can't summon it. Is it because it requires Fallen of Albaz? Like, is it an Albaz fusion that requires Fallen of Albaz? Okay, that's like, we finally got the field spell. But, ain't doing much. We're doing a casual T set. It requires Fallen of Albaz. Tale as old as time. I pulled Branded Fusion. That's the UR fusion spell. Let's go. I pulled a fusion monster. That's probably a UR or SR as well. Let's go. But then what are the fusion materials? Named UR. Okay, Jizakiro. It's just a set monster. How scared are you of a set monster? Banish the hand. Add in... Oh, they're gonna be so pissed. As long as I don't banish the other 2 copies, they are gonna be so peeved. Yeah. Hello, Unsolved Mysteries. Welcome. They're trying for Inferno Tempest. That's the one card they added. And I have a negate attack for it. Like, they're just gonna quit. Like, outright. I'm doing okay. Is that a map? Oh. Oh, dear, I don't know what I'm doing. Oh, no, you're not going for it. Why'd you add Inferno Tempest? Are you not trying to do Inferno Tempest plays? I'd imagine you are. Like, you just banished your whole hand for left arm. Your whole hand, which included Necroface. Are you just going to go through standard Malice plays now? Might be. In that case, Phantasma is going to be very, very clutch here. Yeah, we've had a few wins this stream already with the Cosmopunk build. A couple of those have been very lucky hands. We've had one loss, which should have been a win, but I was a bit reckless. And, yeah, I've been, like, it's been an okay hour already. We're on an hour and 20. Okay. Quick effect, target one of your banished Malice. I mean... Oh. Oh. Yeah, okay. Sure. We take those. What? What are you... I'm so confused. It's like, is it just bad malice? Is that it? You've got the FTK card in here, but you're only running one of it. Like, the ratios are overall okay, with the exception of this one. Like, this should be at 2. And you were going for Inferno Tempest. But you didn't banish anything of low enough attack, is that it? You wanted to banish the Dotscaper? Or somehow get that into rotation? Is nothing else? 3,300. That might have been the... I mean, it must have been the backup, but, like... They don't even have the Malice traps. Malice just plays through a lot. Like, Malice is really resistant to hand traps, so it actually, like, is decent by that regard. Like, Malice kind of gets to what it needs to a good chunk of the time. Because most people are playing hand traps rather than things that would specifically counter Malice, like Book of Moon. I mean, Book of Moon counters more than just Malice, but you get what I mean. Anyway, win's a win, we take those. Yeah, Lancia's Soul Drain is also a pretty devastating combo versus them. Beaten Malice a few times with Micro Anomaly deck. Nice. I mean, we faced Malice twice. It might have been last stream, stream before. And we have a 50% win rate. Mobius. He just a good card. I have nothing bad to say about this. It's spell trap removal. Single tribute. Good attack. Monarch. Love it. That's our third Caligo. Robo Lady, Mind Trust, Cloning, and Frozen Soul. Skip your opponent's next battle phase, not this one. Yeah, Mobius is real cool. The Frost Monarch, you know. I also just have a soft spot for Monarchs, but we're not going to get playable Monarchs, probably. Like, that's going to be a real stretch for Masochist. Because, like, what? Pantheism is an SR or UR, so is Domain, so is Ether, Erebus. You can add a Triangle O. If this card is destroyed by battle card effect, take 1,000. Wow. It's so bad. I know it's a 5Ds reference. It's to the, what was it? The treasure deck that Yusei used in the prison duel. I can't remember what the opponent's name was, but he's the guy with the, like, Dark Guardian-looking boss monster. It's not the guy who plays Iron Chained. Iron Chain, even. This is really good for reptiles. Like, this is phenomenal for reptiles. But reptiles in and of themselves need a lot of cards to get going, which is really unfortunate. Right, one more pack. Place bets on what it contains. Now you see, that was a super rare or an ultra rare, which was not a useless card. Oh, this might just be like shiny. Tindangle Angel is neat. We don't really have a coherent flip deck because, like, we'd be way too high on the monsters, not high enough on the spell traps. But this is a very solid flip card. Well, tree. That's plants. Sure. It's a plant card, you know. It's fine. We don't have enough to really get that going either. That's okay. That's pretty good. Normal summon a Naturia, make it a 3,000 beat stick. You know, that is solid. That's also a third mist. This is the only, like, level 8 mutant that we have. I'm pretty sure. I don't think we have any of the others, which really sucks. Not that we're, like, close to getting mutant, but we could be, you know, a little closer. I don't know what rarity the others are, I guess. We can find that out now. Yeah, take a look at that. 3. Okay, that's why. Both the others are super rare. Oh yeah, and we're not even close. We don't even have any of the little mutants. Thanks. What do we have? Okay, we have a couple of Octoadic. We have a few cards here. It's not really enough to play, like, Reptile Pile, but it exists. We're still short on a couple of, like, the key samurais to really play this. Like, just one Soul Piercer would be good. One of this guy. And we also, like, missed the whole extra deck. It is purely main deck, really. Karakori, we've got cards for, like, here and there, but, like, they want to Synchro Climb, and we can't Synchro Climb. So, there's that. This, unironically, might be one of the better cards because we got 2 Mole Cricket. I should probably experiment with, like, making a Naturia deck of some kind. But the thing is, what do we have? We have 2 of Mole Cricket. We have 2 of Ragweed. 2 of Butterfly. Butterfly's not bad. 2 of Stink Dog. That's fine. 2 of White Oak. And I think a couple of these are, like, alright to summon, because this summons, like, 2 with different names, does it? No, it can just special summon 2. Okay. When your opponent special summons a monster, you can special summon level 3 or lower. So we could get Antjaw, Butterfly, I don't know, Beans. Not loads of stuff. Stinkbug, Ragweed, Marin. And then, yeah, the rest of this is 4s. Mantis is okay. Horn Needle is fine. But, what are the restrictions? Nope, it's just summon 2. Yeah, we might have to look into, like, Naturia, Plant, Insect, kind of like Pile. Something related to, soon. For now, we just enjoy the Psychic Mess. Which actually probably has a slightly greater number of Psychics than Machines, but we are going first when we lost the coin toss. I'm not a fan of how this makes me feel. Sure, you know what? These are cards. What if we gained 500 life? And what if we set a card and then called it a day? $85. That surely stops Tenpai. Tenpai can't put out like 18,000 damage in a turn. Surely not. Primite. That's weird. That is very weird. Why would you not just go first? And get rid of that. Bye. So yeah, you're gonna declare a card name. Red Eyes. Okay. Again, why would you not just go first? Red Eyes can OTK. Like, Red Eyes can FTK. Just about. Given a perfect hand, but they can do it. So yeah, now what do you do? You've got Red Eyes on field. How much further were you thinking? Oh, you're playing Metal Morph. Huh. If they've set that this turn, are they either not summoning another guy, or do they have the Red Eyes, like the level 7 effect monster? It's one of those two things. That's their normal summon. I probably should have actually torrentialed that, maybe. Yeah, I think I probably should have torrentialed that. Oh well. They'll summon again, surely. It's not like Metal Morph can be played super low to the ground. And it's not like the guy they just revealed as an Omni Negate. The amount of time they're taking to think, I think they will summon again, but... Strike a dragon. Okay. And, yeah, why not? Get rid of those. That was your normal summon. You've used the Lordly Load. You could have a normal monster in hand for the Drill Beam, but I don't think you do. Best we could do is if we get the... No, okay. Right, extra counter. We want to gain stupid life. Oh, they're just gonna... That's their choice. Ah, they have another one. Okay. That's a little unfortunate. Once per turn, you can banish a punk, special a punk. I don't know. Maybe they MST this. No, we know what the trap. We know what the trap is, and they can just get to him next turn. You know, I think they have this by the fact that they're getting into an Omni Negate like this second, because you just special the Red Eyes from the grave and then you tag out. Yeah. Like, what? You can set this from grave. I don't know why Lancia is exactly on the opponent's turn. Yeah. I know when I'm beat, but at the same time, I'm just gonna, like, turn chain off because I need to nip to the loo again. Apparently drinking cider does that for you. So I'll be back in a minute when I've lost. Well, we're back. Apparently I left that some time, but let's quickly take this L. Let's, dare try and activate an effect. I kind of just fully expected them to OTK us. That's why I was kind of like, yeah, okay, there we go. Cool. Da-da-da-da. Anyway, next game. Metalmorph isn't the strongest of decks, but anything with Primite is already a bit of a struggle. Simply because they can loop Drill Beam over and over again, and unless we take that out of circulation proper, it solos. There's also just the fact that we can draw some better hands sometimes. Like, some of these have been a little bit weak. But of course, like, some of them have just been the perfect combination of everything that are exactly what the opponent does, so I can't really complain. We can attempt to add a card here. We get the add. Okay, in that case, let's normal summon. Do that. Can you tribute from grave? No, hand. Okay. So we get a pop. I think we're just wanting to set 1, set 2, set 3. We hold the Magnum up. We hold the Magnum up, yeah. We don't have a Synchro 9 anyway. We could possibly use it as disruption. We've already taken 600, so... Target spell trap. Okay. They target the destroy. Sure. So is it tier then? What did you just say? It is. That is a tier element card. Right. Send a spell trap. Send a tier card. No, Rainbow Bridge. Yeah, and that's all one effect, which really sucks for me. Oh, right, there's monster in my graveyard, yeah. Oh, that it? Yeah, we'll do that. And if that's how bad it is, yeah, apparently that's enough. We take those. Tailment missing their mills? Damn. That sounds wild. What did they need to hit? Did they need to hit this? If sent to the grave, spec it. They need to hit a second Shire and they need to hit Havness. Or this one? I don't know. Mill. Fail to mill and lose. And congrats on getting your main account to Diamond. That's more commitment that I can realistically push myself to manage. I kind of just, like, do the dailies, get myself some gems, so that, like, I have a few for, like, the next time the new packs roll around. Or, like, new accessories or special things, you know. That's about it. We're not making this using 2 monsters summon from the extra deck. No one does that. Benkei for the cheese. Yugioh support, Fiend, Tribute Summon, Monster Slots. Hello. This is not the first time you have been in chat. But that is a name that I would think I recognize. Huh. I'm doing well. How's yourself? Telepathic Power. We've already got one of those, and that is Plant Support. Okay. So none of those are really making it into the deck, but again, is that really a surprise? Let's see what our Master Packs have to offer for us. We do actually have an Ultra Rare, so that's kind of neat. That's Plant Support, but has no way to bring itself out. Shiny useless you are? Shush, it could be good. It could be a Sky Striker card, you know? I mean, if it was a Sky Striker you are, I think it would actually be pretty useless. Afterburners is cool, though. Oh, I was so waiting for that to be a Royal. This, eat your words, Gaming Nation. This is a pull. This is an Ultra Rare. this is a card, you know? That's fantastic. Shiny useless, you are far from it this time. It's Time Thief. Yes, it's Time Thief. Time Thief Redoer is possibly the best generic single, like, legal rank 4 in the game. I say best generic single legal because, of course, Shockmaster is probably the best rank 4 overall, or, you know, Rongo Miniad, but if you insult the pack enough, maybe they give you something, maybe. But, you know, I don't know. I'm never a firm believer in that kind of thing, because sometimes I do that, and then, you know, it just gives me worse stuff. That's just gotta go in the deck, right? Like, Redoer is a monumentally fantastic card. We have 8... Yeah, we only have 8 level 4s. However, like, it's Redoer. What more do you want? A Rise Heart wins the game. A Rise Heart wins the game. There's not really a follow-up to that. We could get rid of Thought Ruler. I think that's like the least effective card in our extra deck. This is an Omni Negate, if we can actually get some links into the grave, which is not actually too difficult to get Anima into the grave first. So like that could be an Omni Negate. Sometimes it will gain attack depending if you've been the rest through it. This comes up, this comes up, this comes up. These two do come up less often. But yeah, it seems that Thought Ruler is the worst. This does come up. This is like, Yazi's just the best, you know? Yazi's been a mainstay for the longest time. And all the links are relevant. I will swear by that. But yeah, Time Thief Redoer. Redoer, like, Time Thief is the first proper Xyz deck I played. I love them. They're so fun. They're a little bit underpowered, but they, like, Redoer's just a hell of a card. You make that, and sometimes it does just, like, win you the game on its own. Keep stealing your opponent's resources, drawing cards, putting cards to the top of the deck. Is there a more fair that's, like, you know, just well-balanced rank 4? Mimigul Goblin Bikers. That is certainly a deck. We're up against 50. Okay, so let's do this. Just get it online. Start with it. Target and effect. Okay, so we've got Imperm MST. They've got Ghost Ogre. Well, I guess that's fine. At least they wasted it on Cauldron. There are, like, so many things that we'd rather just, you know, keep. Like field spells, you know? Goblin Bikers are hella fun. Mimigul look really fun to play, but they are so obnoxious to play against. I'm just, like, so on the fence of loving them and hating them to, like, no end. Right, so it is... Oh. Oh, it is burn. Like, straight up, it is burn. You don't use Fawn of Albaz to make the Tax Dragon, though. At least I don't think you do. No, there's Titaniclad. I'm a little confused. No, go on. If you're threatening to destroy this, I will simply... What are you doing? Go for it. Unaffected by the effects of other monster special summon from the extra. Okay. Wait. Then you can negate the effects of one face-up monster on the field until the end phase. This gives it... Okay, so this gives itself the effect, but can still be negated. We found that out. It's not worth paying the 1,000. Like, Mimigul Charm I don't think is the obnoxious part. I think it's specifically the fact that they just summon themselves to the, you know, the opponent's field and that's it. I'm not just dead, am I? Like, I should live. Okay, battle phase. I'm gonna negate that one, right? This is a Dogmatica. This isn't, but it's a permanent gain. That's the problem. The part where you can't normal summon. Yeah, that's also pretty goddamn annoying. I really didn't actually want to use that one there. I would have rather save it for that. What do I have? I have Book of Moon. Book of Moon is not enough to save me. I need a little extra. I do not understand the Dark Room of Nightmare. Why is that there? Heyo. Okay. We would actually have access to Redoor, like, right now, had they not had Fleur. So we activate, we pay 500. We're just gonna book... we're gonna book this one. What the fuck is it with the Ghost Ogres? Jesus Christ. I am playing a Maskus deck. I just find Mimighoul completely obnoxious anyway. That's not me playing a Maskus deck. I just find them obnoxious. God damn it. Oh, we could have had Redoor. We could have been put to use his potential. And then what? Probably just dying, like, immediately. That was not our game. But yeah, this is a Maskus challenge. We got a decent couple of decks, and we just finished playing a Ghost second deck for 1.5 streams, so we're now playing a Cosmopunk deck, which has all of 2 Punk monsters, but a couple of the spell traps, and a good number of Cosmo monsters and none of the spell traps. Oh yeah, like, this is not a constructed deck of any kind. I wouldn't, like... Oh, fuck's sake. Our hand hard loses to this. If we had gone first, we win. But that's the issue, isn't it? Just win the coin flip. Lol. You wanted to give me this one. Why have you given... Unless you've drawn multiples. Oh, no. They just do it that way instead. Oh, come on. I really... Can I not hit the Archfiend one time? Yeah, that's the... Like, it is just the perfect way to describe it. Playing against Mimighoul is misery. Playing Mimighoul, on the other hand... Like, it's a good flip deck. Like, it's what everyone's been asking for from the flip archetype. Something that does something different. It's decent. Like, it can stand up for itself. It's a good deck. Banish top 3, special 1 to your opponent's field. Man, fuck you. And okay, one of the other gripes with this deck. They attempt to resolve so that you can't actually control the level 1 even if your opponent has a full field. If your opponent has a full field, it will still try to give control to your opponent. And it will go to the grave. So you don't even get to keep it for, like, tribute fodder, link plays, Xyz plays, anything. It's so bad. Like, like, why is that how it's balanced? Why can my opponent just have 5 monsters and that I have to give them this card? I just added Goblin Riders because why not? That's fair. Goblin Bikers are, like, pretty fun. Oh, yeah, you still hadn't gone through it. Of course, it's just not going to be Archfiend. Oh, for fuck's sake. It's always fucking Archfiend. Right, now what? We lose, right? We've got a punk card, we have no punks. We have one normal summon, we have to clear all of these to do it. Right, we don't do Cerberus first. We don't do Dragon first. We do Dragon first. That's the way it goes. Dragon, then Cerberus, then Archfiend, I guess. Yeah, no, like, I'm gonna set the traps, but, like, you know, I've gotta, like, I can't just not flip these up. I've gotta, like, at least attempt to play the game. And yeah, I can't special summon. Like, look at that. Why don't I at least get to keep the guy? Your opponent draws one, send one card from your hand to the grave. What are we... Probably the punk. Yeah, it's always... Oh, come on! I mean, we saw him search it. Like, we knew he had it, but it's just Mimigal, like... It locks you from the normal summon. And then when you actually clear the way so that you can normal summon, they lock you from the normal summon. And I can't tribute set over any of this. 1, 2, 3. We've got an well, yeah, Imperm Torrential and a set Destruction. They're not summoning to either player's field. And... where is it? There is some protection here. Yeah. So this guy remains, always. Ooh, right. Now we negate this. I'm fine with this. Because they'll special summon. Like, this is the last thing on the chain, so Torrential works. Sure. What's in the materials? They get to return one card. Are you returning the monster or one of the spell traps? I wish to fucking scream. Maybe I just shouldn't have set it in the center, but, like... Come on, man! I had one spell trap. I had 3 cards they could hit. Man, just screw me, I guess, you know? The thing is, it's like it's a 1 in 3. Like, the face down often isn't something, but it could have been something, you know? Like, sometimes my face down monster is literally just Marshmallow and they can't out it. And we keep going second. Oh no. Ooh, hold on. They wish for us to activate effects. Oh, wait, hold on, it's Argo Star. I still think we probably just normal summon Border, right? What? Are you playing Exo Stars? The fuck? Okay, unfortunately, I think I have to actually summon Kashtira Ogre. I don't want to. I don't have a banished guy, so all of their Argo Stars don't have their effects. right? Okay, so they can do this. No, they can't. They need a card to discard. Continuous trap. If your opponent activates card effect. Yeah, we're currently okay. What does that do? Okay. It's not great, but what I'm reading is Yazi wins the game. Correct me if I'm wrong. If you control this turn... Yeah. So what I'm hearing is Yazi wins the game. This is not an effect. Oh, also we can just hit it. Like, that doesn't cost us any life points. That was the wrong card to imperm. What did the trap do again? I need to look at... I need to choose an Exorcist, special summon both, but shuffle them into the deck during the end phase. Okay. Do you have an effect? Once per turn, pay, add... Okay, so we should be good to just do this. And then just Book a Moon this. They can't Xyz summon, because I need to move cards out of the graveyard. And this wasn't summoned this turn. But they don't seem to be using that, which means they're saving it for their turn, so I either have to force it now, or let them use it on their turn, then they can Xyz summon. We have to force it. I don't like it, it's expensive, but it needs to be done. They don't have a banished card. I don't have a banished card. I can't OTK them. How much damage is this? Okay, so it's worth using these for the damage, and then attacking him with Yazi. Right? Or then summoning Yazi, sorry, that's the thing I meant to say. Right, yeah, so it's worth doing this. We attack him with this. We don't need to use the effect, we can't. And it also just ups that's 10, so we don't want to. That dies. Attack for 1,000. You can choose to block. But then they just get shuffled into the deck anyway. So that's A-okay. Main 2. Okay, they aren't using it. So we just summon Zeta instead. And that will do it. We also just have Olinoid and Imperm again. So set this, end phase. They can use this in their turn, but then one of those gets banished. Their monster, if they do choose to summon one, will just get negated, and I can get rid of one of the copies of That's 10. I like where we are at the moment. Okay, so we do this now. We get rid of this one. That goes. That summons. Then you get Ellis. Then that gets 2. So they're going to get to a trap. But there's only one that actually does anything for them at the moment. And we can't use Zeta yet. 5. It's always 5. C, Giant Slayer, finished, Bell, packs. Are we gonna trigger 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Ooh, it's close. Yeah, we gotta get rid of that. They might be on more, but most often people just play the one-off. Right, yeah, currently they're not threatening. Like, you can clear Zeta, oh dear. Okay, yeah, so... they're gonna get to 1 anyway. I don't think we use Olenoids here. We've got our own trap. Right, okay, yeah. So that's 10. We can also just negate the trap monster. Like, that's a completely valid option. Okay. And they need a discard, so they can actually pitch the copy of that's 10. Yeah, I think we have to let that go through. Okay, that's 10, so they drew a better card to discard. Or they just drew another copy of that's 10. Right, Xyz number 1. You gotta do it. Right, what is Xyz number 1? Caspitel. Neither player can special summon monsters from the grave. Well, what if Trap? I think that bypasses. Yeah, sure, go for it. Right, now the next Xyz. That's still fine. We can just Zeta for this one. What was that one? And if they want to move out the main phase, then we get a chance to respond with Zeta. Wait, why? Oh, that's 10. Right, yeah, yeah. Okay. Go for it. And then you use this and pump this up again. Or are you going to Xyz summon? What do you care about more? Michaelis. Jabreen. Sure. I'm okay with that. I mean, you know it just responds. Or I could have just negated that. But that's more funny. This is a little difficult to work out what I should be doing next. It does depend on the top deck a little bit. We get them back during the next standby phase. They won't be... No, there'll be some in this turn, but then, like, that's the end of it. Because they don't have the Xyz material. Okay, we have something we can tribute summon. What can we do here? So... I can do this to get out Olenoids. We can then get Dogfighter. I think we want to get to Dogfighter, right? What do you do? it wasn't some this turn, so I don't actually care about that. I don't want to up the count for this. Is it as simple as I'll take 500 damage to banish one of the top 5 cards of their deck? I think it is. And we keep Inspector Border face down just to, like, limit the amount of monster effects they get, maybe? Five cards. Pax. Gloss. Slayer. Pax. Martha. Well, we just get rid of Pax. That's fine. You don't get extra defense, you just get extra attack. I'll take 500. This is going to be a real long game. We've got Border face down. They can clear Border with either of these. I can clear Caspitel. I kind of have to clear Caspitel with Zeta. We know they have an Exo-Sister in hand. I forget which one, but it's in the log. Not... Is it you? I don't think it's Sophia. There we go, Stella. They have Stella in hand. Special summon, then you can. So yeah, this just resolves. That has to be fine. Which means I think we have actually lost the grind game. This is the moment. Right. I need to read this one again. During your opponent's turn, if this card is normal or special summoned. Okay, that's really annoying. They summoned this in defense. They really should have summoned it in attack. I could just negate it. I think we do this to get rid of the Caspitel. I just don't know how we're winning it. Maybe I needed to make Zeraboros, but I'm just not sure. I think if I make Zeraboros, they probably just kill me. Oh, I can just do this again. No, it was always summon Zeraboros, isn't it? It gives them 2 zones they can't play into. One of which is already occupied, I guess, so there's that. 5 cards. Evenly, Argo, Vela, Argo. They only need the one of these in rotation, I'm pretty sure, right? Once per chain, pay 1,000. So, yeah, they only need the one of these in rotation. Which they have. I think we just get this one. Well, I hope you guys are interested in the 20-30 minute game, whatever this is going to be. That now contests Ogre, which is annoying. It now beats Ogre? Oh, no, that's the 10th counter. Do you play another copy of your finish? Well, if you do, you don't want it. You should have activated that's 10 there. That's a misplay. Granted, I'm not exactly the kind of opponent who can punish it, but they should have. Like, it would have been another 100 on, you know? Yeah, if you're watching it on YouTube, feel free to go at like 2 times. If it went faster, I would say feel free to go faster. This is not gonna be an easy one. In fact, we're probably just very slowly dead. That's a pitch the Ash Blossom. Yeah, you just don't need it. Stop summoning in defense. Just summon an attack and start hitting things. God. It's not that I'm going to punish them with a Mirror Force or anything like that. I guess they don't know it and they can win through burn, but, like, come on. Is there anything I have? I don't think there's much. If you want to watch the slow, painful game, come to Twitch. Yes. That's the message. We stream on Mondays, Thursdays. If you want to watch the pain in real time, Twitch. If you want to watch it delayed with the option of speeding it up, YouTube. I gained a sub recently. Like, I think in the past week or so. I'm actually up to 8. I think we are just dead, but, like, is there anything that does it? What Blards do I have in the deck? Aside from Torrential. Torrential is, like, the card. I guess I do have 2 of it. And they are both still in the deck. Someone negate the Ogre. What negated the Ogre? Who cares? They were about to finally end the misery. I'm only on 1750. Come on, you've got to be able to do it. I got a 2800 vanilla and a 2k... Well, the 2k is not quite a vanilla. Okay, look. They finally get over it. They can contest Ogre. I'm gonna save ourselves the misery. They have just... They've got the grind game now. We know this. You see, conversely, I think Argo Stars is a really fun deck that does, like... Sure, it can do obnoxious plays, but, like, it's doing trap monster stuff. And, granted, like, there's probably a stigma to both, like, flips and trap monsters, but, like, I feel just Argo Star is fairer, but is still pretty fun and, like, reasonable to play against while being potentially powerful. They use Statue of Anguish pattern like no other deck can, but it feels fine. We're up against 40-15. It's Valmonica. Huh. Are we... Do you target? You don't target. I believe it protects from targeting. Yep. Okay, so they're going to have both scales. I think they do just have fullest of full combo, probably. Unless you drew no spells. Did you draw no spells? Or are you going to make Masquerade? Well, no. Okay. Normal Thurman. They can't even use, like, 2 of the same card. Like, they could have, Compulse Imperm. But I'm okay with that. Yeah, I think we do tag out. It's banished for cost, so they can't actually imperm this. They can compulse the summon. Yeah. We do this because we can then get tokens. If it sticks. The ever crucial if it sticks. Okay, they do have compulse. That's an issue, but... The thing is, they've now unbricked their hand. Which is really unfortunate. I was rather hoping it was just, like, actually imperm rather than a Valmonica trap, because now they just normal summon Celatris and they're off to the races. Like, okay, it'd be Artemis, but, like, for what gain? They now win. Because this gets Celta. Celta gets any spell. You can get Disharmonia if you really want, and then just top up on the remaining counters that you need, and you're fine. But they're getting Invitaire. Oh, I guess, yeah, you just special 1 and 2. And I don't have a monster Snatch Steal. Yeah, add that one to hand, add the other to extra deck. Pendulum for 2. Copy the... copy Celta with the damage one. Then you can copy... You can just gain the 500. And... I forget if it's 3 attacks on monsters. I'm pretty sure it's not. I think it's just 3 attacks. There you go. 3 attacks, yeah. That's 1. If they get to 3 on this, we lose. That's 2. What did they get? Did they get another one? Anything else? Literally 1 more life point gain card. Wrong zone, but sure. They would much rather have it in this zone simply because there's an extra spot free. Yeah, they win. GG's. You see, they bricked, but, like, what am I supposed to do? Like, even if I leave the compulse until their turn, I still lose to it. Because I can pay to, like, protect myself. And if the other one was, for example, the Imperm, they then use the Imperm, and then I chain to banish out, and then they just compulse on their turn anyway, so... Yeah. I guess making the Link monster was right. You just assumed that I couldn't OTK. You were completely correct. What are you playing that's 42 and no extra? Well, we play 2 field spells for a reason, I guess. Just the one. Metaverse. Well, that's actually kind of neat. Cool. Does mean the Phantasme is useless, but, you know, we get to that when we get to that, I guess. We can just use it as discard fodder. I probably should have set Lancia. Could be just Exodia. Generic, like, burn deck. An FTK, I don't know. Any number of things. What we do have right here is we have Metaverse for the Punk Field spell to then, like, pay 1,000, so this is just towers for the turn, draw 1. This makes me think Monarchs, actually. So we're going to see if we can do that. We're not going to do this yet. This. Activate. They do that. We then chain this. And then we get a draw. Nice, Assault Synchron. We could always use those. That's 18, so it can't be over Wicked Witch. Wicked Witch can just punch it. But okay, yeah, you are now going to Upstart Goblin. It could still be True Draco, but this makes me think Monarch. There's Domain. Right, the issue is that we've got a 6 on board, or a Link 2. But if they tribute summon, then we can't use the extra. And if we can't use the extra, we might be extra done. Just waiting. The thing is, this... Ah, yeah, they've made a slight misplay. No? No, it's not yet a misplay. Okay. And yeah, this doesn't conflict either. We definitely Lancia. We don't want you to get a definite search. You either draw into what you need or you don't have it. So yeah, you can still special this. But I just don't know if you have what you need now. You can't banish these from grave, thanks to Lancia. You've got 5 cards in hand, you've got the Monarch Field spell, you've got a Tribute Fodder. In theory, it's everything you want, but Monarchs are not known for being consistent. What could I do to help? Oh, come on. You have a way to get to a single tribute monster on your field. Why do you have to get rid of mine? Oh, fuck you. Monarchs are cool. But that isn't a Monarch, if you notice. It's got the wrong stat line. What can I do? I can get V-Jam. I can get the trap that summons V-Jam. That's 4 cards. Can't special summon. Sword of Concealing will do it. This does it. Yeah, that does it. As long as this isn't imperm, I guess. Wait, one of those is a destroy, right? Hold on. Related. I'm not certain anymore. Yes. Great. So, send to add. Hope you don't have Ash. Or called by. You don't have... You could have things there. Could be Droll. Really is McDonald's Wi-Fi. So yeah, we normal summon this. Activate. At the very worst, we get a draw off the field spell. It's imperm. Oh, you love to see it. Field spell, guide me home. You can give me so many things. What have you got? Chaos March Dragon. I cannot special summon. I have this turn. And that's it. One. Yeah, that one does it, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I'm not mildly mad about that in the slightest. How is it like? What's the actual construction like? Poor. Overall, I'd argue poor. Like, the more non-Monarch cards you play, the more bricky you're gonna be. Like, there's an amount where playing, you know... Like, yeah, this is also... That is objectively incorrect. If you're gonna be playing, like, Fuelos, and, like, you should just be playing a second Maxi. But, like, you don't want to be on Lightning Storm. You want to be on, like, 3 of this instead. Like, it's kind of, like, it's better Stormforth. Stormforth, of course, you know, is just, like, easier to get to because you've got Tenacity, you've got, like, Pantheism. You could probably cut down to 1 Prime, you could cut down to, like, 1 Erupt. The double evenly is just a mistake. Wait, are they on 2 Adir? They're on 2 Adir. That's wrong. You want to be on 3. We won that duel. They disconnected, but that means we won. So let's open the packs. Legacy tickets first. God, that was a slow game. I know the Argostar one was slow, but they were doing things. More Dark Magician support, and we're never getting him. I'm Hyper Hammerhead. That's not the worst, but I feel like Grand Mole is just better. Tripod Fish, Pitch Black, Mother Spider. It sends us a summoning condition, which is pretty cool. And Taunt. It's not a first, but we do need to have only insects in grave, and I think that requires that we actually have a couple in grave first before we summon it, which is not ideal. Yep, that's an ice barrier. Oh no, I didn't mean to do that. Fire Fist. And an Amazoness, which requires another Amazoness fusion. So yeah, we aren't doing this. Mekanko, equip only to an opponent, so while you control the Mekanko, take control, neither player. I mean, that just goes in the going second deck, it adds to the Mekanko pool, that's really cool. Send the equip monster to the grave. That is, like, really cool, actually. I like that. Goes in the going second deck, doesn't help out the current one, but maybe this pack will. And yeah, last pack was, wow, shiny, you know, shiny card that we can't really play, but Aroma support. And, oh hey, second Cosmo Dark Lady. This is really good. It is... Okay, so that's special. That's one of the ones that's special in hand. It is still a pilot, yes. Fuse Line is fine, but people play around columns in their sleep because of because of cards like Imperm, you know, and Mech Knights. So this definitely just goes in, and we are probably just taking out Delta Shuttle. I feel like we just take out Delta Shuttle. He's nice, but he's not that good. Yeah, I'm okay with that. Right, next duel. Like, we were for a while playing, like, the Sour Scheduling schedule and the Jirai Gumo trap card, and they basically didn't come up. The Jirai Gumo one came up more often because I was able to just summon it as a body, which I can use for Synchro or Link plays. That was a bit of a decision making for me to go first, but I think they still really want to go second. And, what was I on about? Oh yeah, the Sour Scheduling. That one's, like, worse, because it requires me having, like, good control over my opponent's columns. So let's do that, and pass turn. Can you beat Inspector Border? If it's Mimigul, you're gonna struggle, actually, because you're not gonna be able to special summon to my field. That's funny. We might as well add the field spell. So, we will not activate it, but we will add it to hand. Good job, Duster. You did so much work. Clockwork Knight. Is it stun? No. It's Sidra. That doesn't have enough attack. Nor does that. Again. Now you can make a link to or something here. And that gets you one effect, which will be enough, actually. That they make Clockwork Knight. You can only activate one of this per turn, and that's your one monster effect. That's it, that's your monster effect for the turn. But this card... No, it's still Sidra. I guess it's because it's a continuous effect, so yeah, fair plays. That's an Xyz, which will give you a second monster effect, dare I say. This is a problem. You know, I miss the points when Inspector Border would actually be a card that feels like it's worth being limited. It definitely still is, but, like, look at this. It did nothing. And let's see, they have an Omni Negate with 4 materials. I have... when a card or effect, it is an Omni. That's okay. Okay, so we're not dead. We're not doing good, but we're not dead. What do we need to do? I think it's probably Cosmotown to try and bait out the Omni Negate. Actually, yeah, it is Cosmotown to try and bait out the Omni Negate. Fuck you. So, Cosmo. I'm going to activate the effect. They're not biting. Fuck. Now, I still pay the life points, so this goes through, like, the draw will go through. However, yeah, like, I lose my monster, and that's my normal summon. Yep. I can't be, like, I really can't be too mad at people actually playing through or around Inspector Border. But, like, it's just so painful. It's supposed to do things. It's limited for a reason, you know? Strong card ends the game. And then your opponent plays around it, and it just doesn't feel like it's even worth it. Man, I used my normal summon to stop anything I could have done as well. But my opponent just got more value than I did. Crazy times. So, probably Blue Eyes, and we're up against full deck. We can set 3. And just hope it's enough. Unfortunately, Cosmic is bad against Blue Eyes and good against Dark Magician. Because True Light specifically reads Sent to the Grave. I don't know why. It is, granted, worse than the, what's-its-face. It's worse than Eternal Soul. But, like, I don't know why it has to be specifically destroyed, Sent to the Grave, as it's just not needed. Just like Lightning Storm is not needed on a guy who has all of Cosmic and fucking... Jeez. Yeah, and you know what? I wanted that Cosmic Cyclone against this kind of deck, didn't I? Look at that. It would have been a good card to have on the field. Can you imagine? Now I've got V-Jam. I have V-Jam. Excuse you? Oh, I need a punk monster, though. You see, it could be Almirage. Or, not Almirage. Anima. But that card isn't Imperm. They could be on Veiler. Could be Veiler. Ghost Ogre. Close enough. Oh, that's really funny. Sure. We'll just go in for, like, the 14. Now, granted, they have probably many ways to get over this, but at the moment with what they've drawn and what they've put down, it doesn't look like it. If we get into a punk, we'll be okay. But if we don't, we're probably doomed. Just saying. It's taking a long time to read and it makes me uncomfortable. Ooh. That card be good. I mean, I feel we just shotgun it, right? Bonker. And just in case that card is evenly. Right, empty the hand. If they use a spell card, I want my draws. They got 26, we got a big Piercer on the field. If they set, like, Ash Blossom, then it's not quite over, but it's close. Also, unfortunately, this trap is never going to be online. Okay, they're fusion summoning. That is a spell trap effect, though. Sure, go for it. Like, that really doesn't matter. Problem here is your fusion summoning, and I don't know what it is, and it scares me. What do you just use? Okay, so is this... It's just Tyrant. Which gets you, like, nothing at the moment. What the fuck is it with Ghost Ogre? I have been Ghost Ogred like 5-6 times today. I mean, I don't mind those draws, I'm just saying, like, what is it with Ghost Ogre? It's not even like they have a trap to get, they've just made Bungus. If I didn't Ghost Ogre there, I would have been in a good position. That really pisses me off. Right, okay. I want to activate spell cards, so we're doing that. Special summon? Oh, I can normal summon? I can normal summon. Yep, Blue Eyes out of there. Dominus, okay. Right. What can I do with this? I can make Haggard. That's really funny. I can make Haggard. Oh, and I can use this as material. That's actually pretty beautiful. Oh, I could have also got to Zereboros. Okay, no, it's fine. Bye-bye... seed. Anyway. I was half thinking we wouldn't do it. And we activated a whole bunch of spell cards in that duel. Let's go. Is Ghost Ogre a good hand trap at the moment? Is, like, Ghost Ogre the card against Malice? I heard someone saying that, like, Trap Tricks was okay because it's a lot of one-for-one trades and they struggle with that. So yeah, they just didn't draw into the better Blue-Eyed stuff. They also are playing suboptimal ratios of said Blue-Eyed stuff because why would you play 2 of the best card in your deck, right? Like, these cards you play 2 because you have to. Let's open some packs. What are we at? Just the one on the Legacy tickets? Just Master Packs it is, then. Everyone, place your bets. Cards of Glory? Maybe not. Not this one, anyway. She ends Daredevil, so that's 6 Sam support. Sure. It only gets the Bushido counter on normal summon exactly. Ooh, an Illusion. And a Reptilian. This card is okay. It's not a useless shiny. We contribute 2 face-up 0 attacks from anywhere on the field. And it's just a once per turn target destroy. The Ogdoadic trap that we have does just summon this. Oh, this is just freeze. Okay. It's a level 4 that's pretty free to use, which makes Redoor easier, I guess. If your opponent activates a card or effect while this is a continuous spell, you can special this, and if you do, level 5 or higher can't target it with card effects. Okay. Tragodia. Nice old classic. Another Bell. Gremlina. No, Gremlin. What's Gremlina? This one. Okay. This one's a decent synchro. It's not bad. It's a little specific on the materials, but it's fine. I think for us it requires pretty much exactly the Assault Synchron, the level 4. Raigeki Bottle, not good enough at all. We would have been playing it if it was. That's a funny tribute summon. Wait, it's a Dark Machine. That does make it ever so slightly more playable. And the rest of these, not so much. You get Sorcière de Fleur. It is a Dark Plant. I think we might have the Sorcière de Fleur, but I don't think it's worth playing just for that one card. The card it makes, Chevalier de Fleur, maybe, but not Sorcière. So yeah, those cards don't really change it at the moment. And we get to choose first or second. Let's go. Hopefully. Hopefully we do okay, you know? That's all I'm trying to ask for. I want to do reasonably. We could normal summon Phantasme. You know, I feel like Double Torrential is probably a better idea. If the first one doesn't get him, the second one will. And then we can normal summon Phantasme. Or that could happen. You know? Or your opponent can just open Harpy's Feather Duster. The one of... in 48 cards. They can also just do that. They have the freedom to. If you're going to open two, you know, your 2 of in 46. Okay. And yeah, that does start your combo. Oh, come on. My deck is 48, it's all individual cards that do things. I just don't want to see, like, the Mirage Dragon because it's supposed to summon off the, like, Yazi. But that's about it. I'm okay seeing just about everything else. How does a deck that plays 48 that has Garnets that they don't want to draw? How do they just get away with, you know... Draw the one-offs. Just draw the good one-offs. What do we think? Like, is it worth sticking around? Just as a use of time. We've got 2 normal summonable monsters, but we've only got the 1 normal summon. They're not going to link summon. Like, they've already locked themselves into fusion summons. And... well, we'll be looking at Mirror Jade, who gets to just banish a card. Banish a monster, I guess. Oh, also, are we looking at death? This card cannot attack, so that's only 55. Wait, no, you can do this, right? How are you doing this? This adds back to hand. No, it doesn't. They're just gonna OTK me, I guess. That's the plan. That's 2 for Albion the Sanctifier. I don't have a monster. And that's only during my turn. And it isn't lethal. I'm a little confused. That was the wrong one to tribute. You want to get rid of this one because that one can't attack? Are you even going to attack? You can immediately synchro, but you don't even have a tuner. You are going to attack. Have you just forgotten that this one can't? I guess you have. In all seriousness, what do I do if I don't get to... Magnum up? I feel like it's kind of got to be Magnum up. Yup. That about does sum it up, doesn't it? I guess I have Voltrake as well. I need to remember that Voltrake has a name. He exists. He's a good guy. Fenrir would have been a good summon as well. For obvious reasons. Right. Keep it going. We can surely win a couple of games more before the night closes. Got like nearly a half hour still. We're going first. They have the branded things. I don't mind this hand. They're on a proper deck in terms of size at the very least. Let's try it. If they have Ash, they have Ash. And we just kind of confirm it there. They do not. So we do that. Do that. And we do that. You're the... yeah, that's the imperm. Okay, so we've got an imperm and a draw 1. And towers. Not the best. That's worse, but... Runic Slumber. Sure, let's do this then. We're going to want to draw cards from our deck. Activate it. I get a special summon 1 from the extra deck, that's okay. There's Hugin. Hugin gets the field spell. What are you discarding? Need to know. Rollback. That's not good. I'm going to negate that. I don't want you getting the field spell online. And we will pay the 1,000 for this. Because then that allows us to trigger the field spell. And this is an if, right? Yeah. Nice. Reasoning. I'm thinking Paleo Runic or Runic Sprite, so I'm going to say 2. Junk Collector. Oh dear. It is an FTK deck. How consistent do you reckon they are, given that they're splashing out on all the points and everything? It's got to be semi-consistent. On the other hand, it does look like they're missing a few bits and pieces. So we take those. This gets put back into the extra deck if it's destroyed. Your machine, your warrior. Psychic, fairy, yeah. 2 face downs which are possibly runic spells, but I couldn't tell you. Could be runic flashing fire, this wasn't normal summoned. Torrential's pretty cool. Needlebug Nest. Okay, so let's chain it. You're quick effect. You are a quick effect. Oh dear. What is the Nightmare Archfiends? Each time one is destroyed. Okay. Banish 1 trap from your deck, except Tractrix, set 1. Well, what's the 1 card you set, then? Like, what makes this work? I've come against this before. Morella. You're setting Morella. Okay, you're expecting to live another turn. Because that's your last trap card of this turn. This just goes back into the extra. I can get rid of this. You can... Okay, yeah. Doesn't... Oh. But you can't roll back. You activate a trap trick. What do you mean? You can't roll back. That's not how this works. Oh, no, what am I missing there? You can only activate one more trap card this turn. You activated Morella. You can only activate one trap card. Activates another trap card after activating Morella. Morella was like the last trap card they could use. It wasn't... What am I missing? That was all done on my turn, wasn't it? I just needed to not pay? But if I didn't pay, I would have just, like, lost on the following, right? Let me just check that I'm not getting my wires crossed about, like, what turn it was or anything. Might have to cut this. It's not come up once. Okay, so it was objectively correct to stop this. Like, just fundamentally. But I also probably should have stopped paying life points the second I saw that, this guy pop out. I've been against this FTK before, but, like... Okay. So that's their turn. Morella. Well, no, it's still my turn. Yeah, what am I missing? Because they get to quick effect do that. Which is the, you know, this is Junk Collector's effect. But then... This is still a trap card. What am I missing? Like... What am I looking up for? Trap trick. Yugioh. Roll back. Trap trick you can only activate. Why doesn't... It's just the effect? That's so dumb. Fuck's sake. And that is my own fault? Yeah, that's just my... No. Let me check their deck again. I want to see that, like, right, so... Destroy as many, inflict equal to the... No, it's an FTK. Like, I lost from the moment they got that into rotation. But I can't stop it. Oh, for Pete's... Just... Can't use this. It's just not coming up. This should be coming up. But it isn't. I could put this in the deck, but it's... It's come up a couple of times. How many Dark Machines do we actually have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5... 5 Dark Machines. It's not loads. What if we just said, like, that's the changes? Let's try that. 45, an extra level 4 for Redoer, which isn't a normal summon. It just comes out on our opponent's turn instead, and is also Marshmallow, so it should help. No, I really dislike the way that a lot of FTKs are just, like, completely untouched simply by the fact of, just, you know, playing a regular deck. They shouldn't be a problem, you know? 52-15. And they have responses. Why is it just, like, a regular... like, I don't get it. You do have the... yeah, you do have the illusion text. So at bare minimum, I have Marshmallow plus an 1800 beat stick. Because it is surprisingly common for me to get Dusted, Stormed, or, you know, anything like that in these games. Despite the fact that Duster is a 1-of, Storm is a 1-of, Lightning Storm is a 2-of. That is Blackwing. I should have done that, but oh well. And this card is normal summon you can add. Yep. I'm just going to have to take control of something else. Again, they get to check the, like, you know... It doesn't matter whose field it is on, as long as it's face up, they can check for the attack. What do you do? In special, during your main phase, send this on the field. Okay. So, that's a non-tuner. I can't remember if Blackwings have more tuners or non-tuners, but that was the normal summon, so I think we just nab this. Yeah, we definitely nab this. And then we can get Cubic Ascension, because funny. Okay, that's 2 4s, but neither of them are tuners. Raigeki. Yeah, sure, just fucking go for it, mate. I love my efforts being rewarded with just Raigeki. Oh, they're fucking tuners. Come on. Why do you just have a million ways to extend? They don't, but, you know. Why? This was the objectively correct steal, but they still have access to a 6, which does put them through most things, I think. Like, the 6 just gets them to where they need to be. And yeah, it's like, hey, it's Marshmallow. Well, you know what Marshmallow is not immune to? Raigeki. The breath weapon of Slifer the Sky Dragon. Okay, so you get to add a Blackwing. And this one's also a tuner. And a good half the Blackwings... No, that was a send. Was it supposed to be an add? Am I confused? I might be confused. No. It was supposed to be this. Because that's just E-telly. The trap is good, because it gets me to seed. And that's a 12. What are you doing with 12? Why? If you control 2 or more Blackwings, you can activate this from the hand. Everything be a hand trap these days. There's Black Winged Dragon, which is something you need to make the assault, I think. Yeah. I mean, we don't stop that one. Actually, we just straight up should have. Hey, you know what? Yeah, just... not using it. None of these actually have an effect that's relevant. It's just big damage. I think they were just hoping to kill. I mean, even then they were off by 600. I can Anima, steal one of these, or steal this, and start punching. Anima plus Good Witch. Synchro 12. Only Maru. Cannot be destroyed by card effects. Target. Synchro summoned. Yeah. I can beat that. It's called Buck a Moon. And are you putting it? Is it just... Nope, they're putting it in the Anima zone. Well, now I can just hit it by battle, right? Yes, I can actually just hit it by battle. It cost me like 700 per effect or something like that. What if I activate one effect? And then, what if to protect against Colute, I were to just, you know... Just saying. Are we done? Are we good? Blackwings, you know, it does just have a million Blackwings. They can probably get a normal summon and then get into some extent the combo. I just hope they can't. That is not a graveyard effect. That doesn't have a graveyard effect. They have no graveyard effects. They have no banished effects. They have this. Yep. Which does get them into Colute. I can use Good Witch to book it, but then, you know... Then what? That was Gale. They now have synchro plays. Love it. See, it's impossible for your opponent to draw bad cards. It's just like, it's factually wrong. If they do so, you should immediately report it to Konami and say that my opponents are not tough enough. Why do you want this as... You don't want that as a... Do you want to make 10? I guess, yeah, you can summon Baron, can't you? Surely you can... Is it just Fleur? No, it's full Arbor Master. That's arguably worse. This would have been big enough. What the fuck can I get? It's only 200. I need to be attacked by Armor Master first, and they simply will not do it. If they attack with Armor Master, then I'm good. If they do not attack with Armor Master, then I'm done. It is just that binary. I have dealt them 400 points too much damage. It's unaffected, you realise. But thanks for leaving me alive for a turn. Greatly appreciated. Now, if I could get a normal summon, that'd be fantastic. Any normal summon that isn't a tribute summon. Level 4 or lower or level 7. Fuck. This guy is unaffected. What the fuck do I do? These guys are all okay. Each time an opponent's monster activates an effect, put a wedge counter once per turn, you target one, take control once per turn during your end phase. Okay. So, I'm currently okay, but that's very contingent on the fact that they do not do piercing, they do not have monster removal, and I draw a level 7 or level 4 or lower. I'm already down 3 level 4s. I'm down those, so that is 1, can't be that one, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, so that's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I got 13 monsters. A little over a third of this deck does it. Do you do piercing? I just get the feeling that someone here is going to do piercing. Just because reasons. At the moment, I'm still A-okay. Nothing here threatens me. But it is such a fine thread to be walking at the moment. Oh, they don't know how these work. Yeah, no, I'm not going to bother activating a card effect. That feels just wrong. Okay. 13 cards. That is one of them. That is better than one of them. We definitely try and search. That's fine. And it's just straight into Zeraboros, isn't it? Like, there's no reason to do anything different. And not that one, but... Bye-bye field. And I forget that they keep that, but it's okay. We planned for it, it's fine. They've got nothing else, and I get this back. And they can't beat it. This is destructible. I know we've lost Birth, but we should be fine. Point in case. Big. You can beat Ogre, but then what? Nothing. Okay. Sure. Are they gonna make fucking no thumb? Am I gonna get no thumb for game? I probably should have seen that coming. I hate all of those. I gonna be, you know, done by Cowboy for Game in the style of Blackwing? I'm fucking pissed. I worked so hard on that. Were there things I could have done to prevent that? I don't think there were. What did they do? What is that deck? Where am I looking? How did they get to... Oh, they normal summoned this. No, I think I just threw, didn't I? I threw the fucking game. Oh, come on. I've thrown twice tonight. We've won like 7 games. Played about 20. Jesus. It's not great. We've got 8 spells. Yay! At least we got some gems back, you know? Got 300 gems is actually a decent amount. Okay, we've got 2 streams left this month. We've got Monday, Thursday, next week. I think I want to continue playing Cosmopunk. I don't think there's any reason to switch to Sun or Burn. But while I was here, actually... How many normal traps? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 normal traps. So yeah, I think Labyrinth Archfiend is actually definitely just a card we want to put in, probably. And what about Burn? I imagine that it's a similar case. Yeah, it's a lot worse. So that is... Each row has 12. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's 8 on this row. And 9 on that row. Yeah, it just has to go in that one. And there's probably cards, plenty of cards we could cut from here. But yeah, I think next time we'll continue with Cosmopunk. Anyway, it is getting late. I'm tired. I'm frustrated that I've thrown 2 games today because Big Link 4 go burr. Monkey brain. It is just objectively monkey brain. I could have hit the fucking towers anyway. Thank you all very much for watching. I hope you've all had a good time. It's been nice having you all in chat. And I look forward to seeing you all again on Monday's stream, where we're going to just continue this as we were, pretty much. So, for now, my name is Cat Monarch, and I look forward to seeing you all next time. Goodbye for now. Have a good time.